The best strategy for startups is to focus on very few things, like literally even one thing, because there's not much time. As a startup, you're supposed to move fast. And as a startup, you have very few shots at failure. You're also supposed to ship high quality things so that the user trusts you. So physically impossible for you to do many things. We're still a small team, around 30 people. When you have fewer people, you can only do fewer things. So therefore, you spend a lot of time thinking about what to do. And once you've decided, you just do it. We have this mentality in the company that don't immediately say yes to every single obvious idea that you can do. Try to really think about what the user wants and how does it work in the context of our mission, which is to make the world's most knowledge-centric company, ultimate knowledge app. And once we've strategized it well, we would just focus on execution. We wouldn't get distracted. And once it's shipped and it's in a good enough state, we would finish the project and move on to the next thing. And then it becomes like a repeatable workflow. It's also the culture you want to set. Like you tell people, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Why can't you do it today? Just ask that question. Don't tell them to do. No. You do it today. Because just ask, can we do it today? And if they have a solid explanation for why it cannot be done today, then fair. But maybe they didn't even consider. They thought, okay, they could do it tomorrow. So not in a way where it comes across as toxic, but more like trying to push them towards urgency. Hey, look, we are a startup. We need to execute. Like if we don't, all our potential just decays. If you have a rolling ball and you do nothing, it'll automatically stop. But if you have a rolling ball and you keep kicking it, it'll go even faster. Like something is complex because there's a lot of information. So then force your brain to say, okay, this is a lot, but what is the one most important thing? What is the second most important thing? Usually there's not more than two. Let's say there's like one thing that has two choices, and there are like three things that are eight choices now. Your brain is not able to process eight choices at once. It usually has three or four at best. So your job is actually to figure out what is that two choices. In fact, there is like advice from Reid Hoffman that says in life, whenever you're going to make decisions, people usually do pros and cons, where they write down the pros, they write down the cons, and then see which has more, and they pick that option. But that's like the wrong way of doing things, because that way you're weighing everything equally important. But things are not equally important usually. Some things are way more important than others. So you gotta be able to take something and pick the most important thing out of it and focus on that. Usually it works. Reformulate the problem better. And so the complex problem becomes much simpler, and then iterate. Look, I'm not saying I'm really good at this today. I can still improve, and so can everybody. So believe in the improvement process. Don't believe in like being perfect. And we all learn, we all make mistakes, and it's fine.